All right, first off, ignore my voice. It's a little scratchy. I've been blowing leaves, breathing them in, breathing all that nasty leaves up. Also, ignore the game I'm playing. Refrain from judging me, as I assure you I am a grown man and not a child. Ignore the game, listen to the words I say. Okay. So over the last couple of years, we all dug in pretty hard, you know. We all picked sides. And as the story unfolds, half the thing, especially when it came to COVID, one side won't admit that it was off its fucking rockers, right? And we're still living it. And I don't know if you guys know how totalitarianism works, but it's basically, I'll give you a lie. Let's say we're in a cult, or I'm a leader of a banana republic, and I'll be like, hey, motherfucker, the sky is purple. And if you don't say the sky's purple, bro, you ain't allowed to go to work. Everyone laughs at you. They all call you a stupid hillbilly, right? So it discouraged everyone to tell the truth, and the lie grips the culture, right? And all it takes to break through totalitarianism is someone brave enough to say, fuck you, I don't care if you call me a bigot. I don't care. Right? But they're really, the only people willing to do that are scummy people. Like, so like, a portion of the people willing to do that are like outlaws and like Confederate flag wavers who don't care what you think or whatever, and they're they're mean and they're nasty, and so you don't really give them no credence. So when those guys are telling you the truth, you don't care, right? You pick your side. Fuck them. The problem with that is you dug in and it made you stupid, right? It did. It made you real stupid, and it made you a tool of the totalitarianism state. And you really never said sorry for it. Like you never came back from it. You just were like, nah, it's cool. I mean, let's just move on. The problem is I see the president and you got the hurricane down there in Florida, and he's saying the best way to deal with hurricanes is to get vaccinated. And you're like, dude, like it isn't an infomercial. Like, stop selling this product that, by the way, the most recent thing said, all the mice who got the vaccine still got COVID. And we're not talking about 2 years ago where you're talking about, oh, well, you could die from COVID if you're like 78. It's like, no, you just get COVID like the cold now, and then you get over it. Like, it's not something that kills you. So getting COVID from the shot that promises to keep you out of the hospital and all that stuff, it doesn't make sense. It's like, okay, so go. I'm not against you getting a vaccine. I don't think it's a chip. I don't think it's crazy. I don't think you're gonna die suddenly. You might have a slight chance of myocarditis, more than COVID would give you. I'm not saying that. And if you want to get on an airplane and you want to be compliant, that's cool. But at some point, you guys have to come out and say, listen, the sky's blue. The sky's blue. And I'm sorry for saying it's purple all this time. And I'm sorry for saying we're the side of science and truth and justice and precision and accurate and words. Like, we're so accurate, we're so smart. We'll correct your grammar, but we don't know how to define words if it's gonna be political in any way. Because you're so scared of everything and you want to be part of the in crowd. So I get it. The cool kids told you to keep calling the sky purple. And then you did, right? Well, then you wind up, it winds up getting an imbecile, a weak, and all authoritarian, totalitarian governments are stupid because you can't question them and they think they're right. So they never adjust. They never fix themselves, right? So you wind up getting this guy elected. Next thing you know, we're on the brink of a World War III. We're on the brink of World War III and nuclear annihilation that we can't talk about out in the open, because talking about anything honestly out in the open is a sin against nature and makes you a retarded hillbilly and a right-wing lunatic. And I think if you guys want to heal this nation, fix this nation, unify, you have got to call the sky blue. And you have got to say you were wrong to your friends. It's like, yeah, there should be forgiveness, but there should be dudes asking for forgiveness. And dudes accepting of things. And break down and say you were wrong about this shit. Because you've been gaslighting each other this whole time. This whole time you're just gaslighting each other. And we're enemies with Russia. From 100 years ago, a couple generations, we don't even remember why we hate them. We don't remember why we hate them. We have no clue why we hate Russia. But that all starts because no one will look those guys who rule and get elected and rule and say, you know what, you aren't the smartest. You're not on the side of science and you don't know everything better. Like maybe you know a little bit. And maybe you're not telling me everything. But you guys have got to stop being scared to say something. Like this isn't... And the very fact that you were... And you want to be on the cool team with Hollywood, and you want to be on the cool team with whatever letter in the party you think is cool. Because they're both lame. Let me just tell you. They're both lame. They're both lame and weak and have no... There is no difference between Don Lemon and Tucker Carlson. They believe in the United States dominance of the world and that you should be able to tell other countries what to do. They just want Team Red to do it. They want Team Blue to do it. They're both statist. They both don't want you to punch through and actually see that, like, maybe that the people around the world also should get to have a little security. Have a little wealth that they make and a world that they can live in, and maybe even, dare I say, part of the planet where we're just not always intervening and messing around and corrupting. Like can the Arabs have their land, and can the Russians have their goddamn Eurasia area? Like, it's like, oh, God forbid, I guess I'm a right-wing Hitler lunatic because I don't believe in empire world domination. Your argument doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. You have to allow for competition. What's going to drive up the market is that you take away all these players in the energy market, and there's only a few American or European energy providers. Okay. And then you create scarcity, and guess who pays? We do. We all do. It doesn't make sense to vote your party line. It doesn't even make sense to vote at this point. Until there's someone who can punch through that and learn how to cooperate with the world. And by cooperate, I don't mean roll over, because I know that you guys are all mad at Donald Trump for when he told Germany that they got to foot the NATO bill. Other countries have to do their responsibility. And for you to be like, that's our ally, and it's like, yeah, and you were at home with your brothers and sisters and your family, and you would like for them to do their part too. It doesn't make them any less part of your relationship or whatever. And when you don't hold them accountable, that's called abuse. So Germany was abusing the United States, and somebody said something about it. Now, if you want to get back to a healthy road where there is no looming civil war, there is no World War III, listen to the words I say and not this game I play.
Stay calm now.
That's been the Daily Justice with the Justice Monster.